Okay, now we know what is a sentence. Yes, did we discuss what is a sentence? Now let us understand this. A sentence is a group of words which gives us complete meaning. That is why I discussed about the subject, the verb and the object. Okay, I hope you all have got it. Why we discuss the subject, the verb and the object, and then why I have given you the definition of sentence. Now there are variety of sentences that we come across. The first one, yes, the first one you all might have seen in your question papers. All these sentences are very prominent in your question papers, but yes, you might have seen this. That is declarative or assertive sentence. Now, what do you mean by declarative or assertive sentence? It's nothing but it's a mere declaration. An assertion means a fact. Now, let us keep in mind that a declarative sentence or an assertive sentence always mention about the facts, or it tells us about some kind of declaration. For example, I like coffee. It's a declaration. But the sky is blue. That is a fact. Now let us move on to our next sentence, that is imperative. Now, imperative sentence is a tricky one, and it is just like solving a puzzle sometimes. Remember, when we are reading the imperative sentences, there might not be a subject mentioned in the sentence, but please note that the reader himself or herself becomes the subject. For example, the shortest sentence in English is go. What do you mean by go? Just move from your place and go. Move, right? Now, if I say to someone go, the person is supposed to move from his place or her place and just move ahead of the place or go out of the place. So that is a very simple sentence. But does it have a subject or a predicate? No. But here the listener and the one who says it becomes the subject. Okay. Now please do remember even this, that it's need not necessary, or it is not at all necessary that every sentence has an object. Okay, you do not need to have a receiver of the action in every sentence. There might be a receiver, there might not be a receiver. That is why I told you a verb is very important part of predicate. Object is optional. It might be there, it might not be there. Okay, so please remember, verb is very important in grammar. We will look into that later, but let's come back to our topic, that is sentences. Now we were talking about the imperative sentence. When I talk about imperative sentence, I have to think about three things: order, command, and request. Order, sit down. Command, sit down. Request, please sit down. This is the difference. When you come across these kind of words in your sentences, kindly, please, humbly, this all tell us about the request. When I am firm and ordering you to do something, sit down, stand up, go out, come in, eat this, do that. So when these are there without any of the requesting words, they simply become commanding or ordering. Now let's move to the next part or the next sentence, that is interrogative sentence. Yes, interrogative sentence. Example, what is your name? Yes, this is a very common sentence that we have heard since our childhood, right? Yes. So when I'm talking about interrogative sentence, it is a sentence which asks questions, or in other way, it seeks answers. Okay, so an interrogative sentence will ask questions or it seeks answers. And please note, we use the WH words for the formation of sentences. Okay, we use the WH words for the formation of sentences, and also we use do, did and does. Do, did and does are auxiliary verbs. Now what are auxiliary verbs? We will learn in the verb part. So just to mention what are do, did and does, I'm telling this. Now let's move to the next kind of sentence, and that is optative. When I'm talking about optative sentence, I think the name itself says about it, right? Yes, it tells us about something that we desire or wish. I wish I had this book. Some kind of wish or desire which is expressed in form of sentence is called as optative sentence. Then let us move on to the next sentence, and that is exclamatory sentence. Now, exclamatory sentence, we use the interjection words here. Now, what do you mean by interjection words? These are the words which tell us about the sudden expressions. Oh, what a beautiful girl. Ouch, I got hurt. So when we use ouch and oh, you come across a sign. Yes, the inverted I mark. That is called as exclamatory sign. Whenever you come across the exclamatory sign in a sentence, please think it is an exclamatory sentence because it is trying to show some sudden expressions. That's all for the sentences for now. Let's move on to the next part.